Today on the Mike O'Mara Show.
If I wasn't tall, there's no way I would make so much money.
Penny, when you... I was going to say, does it make you laugh?
So then we're looking through different llamas to put in the middle of his little logo.
Like clip art stuff?
Yes. Yeah. And then one pulls up and he says, that's the Fortnite llama. And I said, well, let's see what this looks like. He goes, don't want to get sued, Oscar. Don't want to get sued.
Oh, God. You ruined him.
I haven't gotten to that humble part yet. Just don't really feel it. Thankful, a little bit.
I block 20 people a day just on principle.
All that and more. The Mike O'Mara Show starts now. Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Robb Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show. It's great to have you along. Great cities like Clayton Lake, Virginia, Flat Rock, North Carolina, Ashdod, Israel.
It's way over here.
Assumption Island, Seychelles, Rhodes, Greece, and Izmir, Turkey. I got an eye test the other day.
How'd you do?
My right eye was 20/20. My left eye not as sharp, but not that bad. But I still have deterioration vision.
What about the distance versus?
Close.
Yeah, I was going to say the close stuff is what gets you, right?
How can? But the long term letters, I was kind of proud of it. That's always, by the way, that's always a fitness test. That's always kind of like we look at that as a competition.
Yeah.
When we're in there, and then. The doctor looked at... Did I mention my eye issue to you guys over the weekend?
Oh, yeah. You picked up the drops.
You had
remember?
to go to the doctor, yeah.
I've got ping Chick-fil-A whatever in my left eye, which is something reserved normally for people that are working out in the sun. In my case, I'm playing out in the sun.
That's right. Sun and fun, Mike.
Yes.
Now, was your eye chart, was it actual letters? Because sometimes it's like just a series of E's and you have to say which way they point. But was this actual letters that you got to read?
Yeah.
Okay, that's better. I like that better, yeah.
Traditional doctor, too.
Like with a big reflector on his head?
No, kind of a guy that's been at it a while. And, you can tell he's been at it a while. And he's a very nice gentleman. And I enjoyed, getting the treatment from him. But it was kind of weird. He gave me a very interesting explanation of what was going on. And so I'm putting drops in. And, I'm still figuring out the new digs. Thank you, everybody, for your kind words about our studio. We're very, very excited about it, and we're very psyched to continue making improvements. Lots of improvements, not just in studio, but big news coming up on the Mike O'Mara Show down the road. Stay tuned. You never know what's going on here. It's a whirlwind of activity. Always fun things happening. Leading up, of course, to April 15th when we are going to be live on stage in New Orleans, Louisiana. And set aside my time with my dear friends who are my neighbors down here for lunch on Friday. I figured that would be okay, Oscar.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
An early lunch, perhaps a noon lunch, freeing me up for the rest of the afternoon to do your bidding.
Correct.
That's
correct.
the way
correct.
I look
Do you
at it.
think you'll be able to find a good place to eat?
I think it might be a little tough. And as I'm listening to this music, this is on the wish list.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, I've already made inquiries. Mike, do you...
Are they? Can I just say,
Yes.
because he does this to me during the show, and then I'll be obsessing on it. I don't want to do so. Put me in a bad
Let me
mood.
ask you this question.
The inquiries are they? The inquiries are they looking like there's any chance they may be? It might a positive. Might
I
come
think...
out of it.
I mean, how many clowns are there in the Cirque du Soleil? There's enough of them. Thank you.
That make me real happy.
Yeah.
This kind
the
of
French
music.
clowns. But
Cloons.
Cloons. They're
Cloons.
cloons.
I think that
Like in
we're
baskets.
not. Look, I think every Oscar. The way I went online too. I did a little research on this.
Yeah.
Does it not look to you like every single convention,
every
gathering that comes into town.
It's that weekend.
Wants a little of, it's that weekend. That's not where I was going with it. I was saying they want a little something.
Sure.
And so I think they're going to be like hour-long hits at a lot of these places. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll wait and see what happens.
I think it's important to establish this now. It's a long-known tradition that Mike, he's very particular about engagement with the general public, the GP, as we like to call it.
Sure. Yeah.
If people see you on the streets of New Orleans, are they allowed to engage? What level of engagement is there?
You're talking utter nonsense.
What is the rule we have now on? What's the standing rule on eye contact?
All right, and I look. It was showbiz, showmanship. We have evolved into this is a conclave. This is a gathering of friends.
Okay.
We are part of the friends.
Perfect.
Everybody's going to be scattered to the wind anyway.
Yes.
We may very well find ourselves out and about the night before the show or 2 nights before the show. Mm-hmm. And if we bump into people, that's fine. If we want to do that, that's fine. If we don't want to do that, that's fine.
And to be a friend...
Have a friend.
I'm sorry. To have a friend, you have to be a friend.
That's right.
By the way, there was never a rule about engagement with the public. There was a rule for you guys that I violated myself.
Stay in our room.
It was under the umbrella of engaging with people.
I agree.
It certainly was part of it.
I agree that it is equally egregious on my part. However, I thought at the time that it was the right thing to do.
Mike, it was great.
Now,
There's nothing better in Las Vegas than to sit in your room and listen to music on an iPad.
Well, there was that one show one year where someone who will go nameless had a little too much evening the night before and was not 1,000%. In fact, probably none of us were 1,000%. But there was one individual who was particularly not 1,000%.
Certainly won't be an issue this time.
Funny.
But critics did reveal that the night before he was at 1,100%.
1,100.
He was, holding court, doing what he loves to do.
Yeah.
By the way, and I didn't bring this up yesterday, but it's interesting to see Robb's work style. Robb worked very hard on the weekend, putting the studio together.
Yes.
And Oscar, I think you would probably say he's a good wingman to have down there to do that.
Agreed.
You had mentioned to me a long time ago, though, that when he first started working at Podville Media, he tended to wander. He tended to wander.
He likes people.
And I observed Robb wandering multiple times during the weekend when the stuff was going on. His work ethic is unrivaled. He was up early, took his walk around the neighborhood, exercised more than anybody else in the house this weekend, and he was out wandering around. But you do like to chat and you do like to wander.
It's part of being a good house guest, I think.
Well, and as Carla wrote down here, she said, Robb and Oscar, easy house guests, which I would totally agree.
So that's very nice to hear.
When it's been a while, I forget sometimes that we've traveled all over the place, and you guys have stayed in my house before.
Yeah.
And we've been on the road together. We've been in goddamn RVs together.
Yes.
We don't have any issues. We've traveled multiple hours, in a car all the way down to Florida. It's not a big deal, but I forget. And so it's like, as I'm getting ready to have you guys come in, I'm thinking in terms of house guests, and
we're not pushy.
You're pliable.
We don't
you
whine.
like to have fun.
Yeah, we don't whine. We're not like, well, why don't we go here? We don't have ideas.
There is not that. Nor have I ever
we don't
been.
have ideas.
No, we don't.
Well, Maine, I think I like to. You guys wanted to see some of the sites.
Yeah, but we're not. I've had house guests, and
you're not needy.
We're not like. And how about? I haven't had house guests. I've been houses with house guests.
Okay, restate this. I'm unclear.
Because there's nobody that can fit or stay in my house.
Right.
So I don't have house guests.
But you've been a house guest?
I've been at other homes with house guests.
Oh, so you've been among the house guests in other homes.
And I am, as I was down there and as Robb was, we're just like, hey, whatever works for you guys, we're in your house, we're good to go. I've been with other house guests that are pushy about doing things.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand.
Or making things happen or we came all this way. We have to do this.
Yeah.
And
have you ever had this kind of experience with a house guest where you prepped for this person to arrive, and the night after he arrived, he drove out of town to visit a friend of his for an evening out?
No. That's a little strange.
That never
and somewhat
happened to
off-putting.
me.
That was an interesting house guest, Jimmy. And he knows I'll never forget it.
That's been 5 years.
But you know
maybe
what?
more.
I don't like when house guests don't have sort of just an underlying understanding of the geography. For example, I live 40 miles outside of the District of Columbia, which is not a back-breaking amount of distance, but it's a good
Your
drive.
average commute.
Right. But when someone is stopping by for an evening or a day or so and they say, you know what I'd love? I'd love to go up that Washington Monument. Well, you know what? That's not just across the street. And they don't understand that.
Yeah, you live in Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the D.C. area, and you have to understand the limitations of where you are. I'm close to it, I guess, but I've never been up the monument. So, take it easy, pal.
The monument.
Up
Do
the
your
monument.
friends say up the monument?
They did, and that was their T-shirt.
I want to go up the monument.
Yeah.
And then, that was their rallying
Elevator's
cry.
closed. Do you want to?
We used to at American University play a game called Up the Monument that was... That's a long story.
Did it involve the miniature monument under the manhole cover?
Not miniature monument, but it's certainly little toys.
Mike, do you have on your show prep? I got, I don't want to fast forward, but I don't want to forget about it because it's fresh.
Fresh.
I was able to connect with Michael yesterday for a business meeting.
Yeah. And then today he said something like, did Oscar tell you what you needed to do?
Did you explain to him that's not really how it works?
Or is it?
Well, I guess maybe it is. I don't know.
I mean, really. I'm afraid of him now. That's how far we've come. I'm afraid of him now. You're not afraid of me.
No.
I'm afraid of him now.
Yes.
Don't get him mad. I have lost. I have lost in my later years. I have lost.
That is not the case. What is the situation?
I know he wants to do a YouTube channel where he will be gaming with his friends.
Correct.
Yes.
He's seen those. Apparently, these people have lots of views
Very
and
lucrative.
they can make money.
I saw
doing
him
it,
watching
so-
one of these YouTube channels when I was down there.
He's obsessed.
It eludes me, the charm, but it's apparently a big thing. And as
I
we
have,
had dinner on Saturday night, we were brainstorming names. Workshopping names for his game
Don't
site.
give it up yet.
I shan't.
Yes.
I shan't. Oh, my machine just went on. I'm sorry. I forgot to turn it off. These are the little growing pains we'll experience. But the thing about it is that I feel the same way, that I don't know what's going on here. I don't understand it. I get the idea that when I'm looking at a guy that goes out into the Nevada desert with a Chevy Cheyenne Suburban, and I end up watching the entire thing, and it's him, and it's always a cute little woman with him, always. Always a cute woman showing cleavage, it seems, with these. And they go out, and they're trying to restore this car that's dead in the dust. And I see 335,000 subscriptions to this guy. Mm-hmm. And then I see Michael, who's talking about millions, and it crossed my mind early this morning as I was prepping for this show, what the F is going on? That these people hit something, they strike some sort of chord. It amazes me how many are out there that are interested in certain things.
Yeah.
And I just wish they were more interested in a certain podcast. That would make me very, very happy, but they're not.
Would it help if I showed some cleavage?
It would help if you cared.
No,
and when you make your little Shecky joke when I'm pouring my heart out right now, Mr. Wander, thump, 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 thump. There he is again in the kitchen. Anyway,
sorry about the wandering.
I am. You do wander. You like to wander, don't you?
Yeah, I wonder as I wander.
How many times do you wander without any real purpose? I observed that several times.
No, I never wander without purpose. Oftentimes,
yes, you do. Yes, you do, because Carla said she saw you walk into the living room,
yes,
walk over to the kitchen, turn around, and walk back out.
Invariably, I was coming in to get something to drink. But
No.
I guess not. But remember, easy house guest.
Can we
just a
focus
wanderer.
on the channel?
Yes,
Michael
please.
wants to. So apparently, I don't know what the numbers are, but apparently there are people who get millions of views for playing games, like professional gamers.
Yes.
Which I don't want him to be anywhere near, but I will encourage his entrepreneurial spirit. And, of course, once again, like Lazy Rob and Lazy Mike have done, let's call Oscar, because he's the only motherfucker that thinks in our whole operation. It's the truth.
It's easier for me to execute because I know the platform. That's all it is.
Nobody else does that I know. You get hit by a Greyhound bus. Do you know what I'm doing the next day? I'm getting on this if I'm able to even connect. And I'm saying to Rob and Pony, it's been real. Thank you. No need to even make a retirement announcement.
Wow.
No, we're good.
Are you coming up for the funeral?
No, I'm saying retirement.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, Oscar's
the bus.
funeral.
What about the bus?
Yeah, we have to plan ahead.
What I would do, if you want me to continue,
Of
if
course.
something happens to him, I would shadow him, Rob, and jot things down.
Okay. But
we have to build a succession plan.
Yeah, but not
regardless.
get hit by a bus. Stop
Not the succession from HBO.
No, not that.
A different one.
What's wrong with the level? Let me ask Oscar. What's wrong with the video? Let me ask Oscar. What about the marketing? Let's ask Oscar. When is the shoe going to be? Let's ask Oscar. You're the man. And I'm afraid of you now. It's official. I make it formal. I am afraid.
Should not be.
You called me an a-hole over the weekend. You yelled at me yesterday and said I have a rage problem, and I sat unhinged, and I sat there and went, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?"
Well,
Now Carla said, "You two, that would have been a big fight back in the day. It was
We've come
just
a long way.
you guys kind of knew how to do it." I said, "Yes, Carla, I've lost."
It wasn't even a fight.
It wasn't.
So
We both understood each other and moved on.
Oscar, and you may or may not understand this, but Oscar sets up a meeting with my son, who was home from school yesterday, and it was a meeting for him right before his Spanish. We didn't let him off of his Spanish class, and I was sitting there with him, and he's getting ready. He said, "What about Oscar?" I said, "I'll text him," and I text Oscar that Michael is waiting for his call, and they get on a call together, and then right in the middle of it, I get a text, and it's not the text I wanted. It really isn't the text.
Well,
I
sent you. Michael and I had a chance to create a graphic.
yes.
For his gaming channel.
And while he looks at it, you should explain.
Oscar sent me today when I was having audio problems.
Yes.
A beautiful picture of a product that I can implement in here to do this. He did that during the show.
Yeah. That's what you wanted, right?
It's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
I think it would be more that covers everything.
Great.
That would be great.
Great.
That
great.
right there in front of me.
Yeah, new
That would be,
soundboard. I figured I'd just
a performance
send
controller.
it over.
That's awesome. Did
Okay.
you ever see that, Rob?
I saw what he had selected. It looked very cool.
No. Did you ever see that prior to him selecting it?
No, I hadn't, Mike.
Of course you hadn't. Anyway, sorry. I just have to tell what I'm
like
saying.
to-
I'm afraid of you. I'm just reinforcing what he is. He does everything he's told, does he not?
Rob is great. He's great.
Yes,
Absolutely.
he's great that way.
Great is
Yeah.
obviously an overstatement.
It is.
Let me show.
But anyhow,
Let me show.
But Michael
Rob
wants
what
to
I
do
did.
this, and then yesterday, Oscar sends me how to start a YouTube channel for your kids after or right in the middle of the meeting he's having with Michael. And me, being Father of the Year, my reaction is,
Well, you weren't even part of, Mike, when he had to book the meeting with your son and how your son handled it like he needed an assistant. He said, how about Tuesday night at like 4? He says, no, I got chores. There's a class.
Oh, he was lying, I think. I don't know what he was doing.
Well,
He
that's
said he had to wash the dishes.
Yeah, there was dishes, trash,
I think
dogs.
well, that is one of his chores, taking
Yes.
out the dogs. Yes.
Yes.
But he's got an hour. It was probably, I guarantee you, if it wasn't just random play, it was a tournament that was scheduled for Fortnite.
Well,
so
we mentioned
Oscar
it to
sends
Carla,
me
and you could hear her eyes
started
roll.
laughing.
It was great.
how to start a YouTube channel for kids. And immediately I opened it up.
Sure.
This man is lying. No, I just sat back. I was kind of out of it yesterday, and I guess it's all in here. on
well,
how
it's a parental guidance
way to keep his thumb on it, sort of. A little bit?
So he could. It wasn't meant for you to start the channel. It's more meant for you to understand what we're getting into
the
together.
opening of doing this.
Yes, what we're getting into. Yes, what we're getting in together as a godfather, and you especially as a father.
Be aware of the fact that it's the Creepland.
Correct.
Opening a tiny window, not a door, but a little.
Yes.
A little window to Creepland.
Yes. So
it's out there.
The logic for me was I have to loop in Mike because there are certain parameters and governors that his account will have over his son's gaming channel, which will not be a live stream for everybody concerned out there. He's under 13.
Right.
It'll be a taped video that
then
Carla or Mike can watch and then post if they think it's, something that should be posted.
Acceptable.
Which is the way it should be.
Yes, correct.
How old? So under 13.
Correct, under 13.
They have
Yes,
to do that.
yes.
All right.
So,
okay.
Michael, within his own business meeting, he was a phone call, which I thought that was appropriate.
Right.
And then a family text thread with Mike and Carla. He knows what he wants. And I'd gone ahead and laid out kind of the blueprint for his gaming channel's logo.
Yeah.
With it involves a llama. Llama's very popular in Fortnite.
Can you explain to us why a llama?
Not important to the. Not
is
important.
it a character?
It's one of the folklore within the game. I don't know what it does.
And I guess we can't release the name of his.
Not yet.
Show yet.
Because I want to get the website first. I want to make sure we get that, so I don't want to burn it. So I said to him, "Hey." I was like, do you want to learn about the business aspects of building something like this? He goes, absolutely. So I said, the reason why you can't use a Fortnite llama is because it's trademark. He said, what's a trademark? So I break it down to him.
I had no idea.
I break it down to him, and he's understanding.
Mm-hmm.
He says, so then.
You don't have to tell him things.
No,
please.
he knew right away. He goes, so you want to protect yourself from being sued? He goes, okay, no Fortnite llama. So then we're looking through different llamas to put in the middle of his little logo.
Like clip art stuff?
Yes. Yeah. And then one pulls up and he says, that's the Fortnite llama. He goes, well, if it's here, because it's within an exchange
right.
That you can buy the rights for
images,
this.
yeah.
And I said, well, let's see what this looks like. He goes, don't want to get sued, Oscar. Don't want to get sued.
Oh, God. You ruined him.
Like that. He's 9 years old.
Well, he wants to be either a brain surgeon or an attorney.
He was moving so fast.
You don't hear many 9-year-olds say that. But the reality of his world right now, he wants to make bank.
Correct.
As a gamer online.
Correct.
That's
but
what he wants to do with his buddy.
Maybe I'm not hanging up. Probably for the best, not hanging out with a bunch of 9-year-olds. But no 9-year-old I know is parroting back within a span of 5 minutes why we can't use the logo or one of the characters from the game because it's trademarked.
Even if it gets too close.
Yes.
By the way, his memory is like that, and he can spew it back. I don't know where he got it from, because I will go to a party, shake hands, and a guy will go, hello, my name is Phil. I said, Phil, this is my wife, Carla. Then we will walk away. And 30 seconds later, we will be standing at the bar. I said, what was his name again, Carla? And Carla will say, I don't remember. This kid gets memory from somewhere. Mm-hmm. And I don't know where he gets it from. But look, that is in all of business, science, math, medicine, law.
Just phenomenal.
Memory is everything.
It's
and
everything.
He's got an amazing memory. He watches Jeopardy with us at 7:30 every night.
He has poise.
He does.
And he's thoughtful.
Yes.
And then he lays out, like I'm working, and I'm happy to, work under his umbrella. He says, "Okay, what are the next steps?" And because I tell him I have roughly 10 minutes before my next meeting, so we're gonna have to regroup. He goes, and he's got little friends with like Timmy and whatever their names are. He goes, what do I tell
Todd?
Yeah, what do I tell these
Tucker?
And he's like, I'm just going to let him know to manage expectations. This is what he says to me.
Manage expectations. Wow.
He's not a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm just going to let him know that, the next steps are for my father to engage in my YouTube and that we're not going to go live, as you said, because I'm under 13. So he's like rolling back what he's letting his friends know.
His takeaways
that
from the
he's
meeting,
going to text as a brief to debrief his friends. And he goes, he goes, is it okay if I share our gaming channel logo? Because he's doing it with his friends.
Sure.
With my other gamers. I said, yes. And he goes, I'm going to text them now. So he texts in real time. He's doing this. It was one of the highlights of my day.
The kid is on a computer all day. I mean, that's what he does.
He knows what he's doing.
And by the way, he's not alone in that. I mean, he's computer gaming and being on the computer has replaced what we did as kids, which is run outside and, and play in the woods. That's what we used to do, and now they do it every day. And that's how he connects. He plays with the kids in the yard every day, but the yard is the computer.
It's a virtual yard.
Mike, do you want to share?
Or I should say the yard is online, because when I said the yard is the computer, I sounded 38 million years old.
So Mike, I'm letting Mike know within these instructions, and I'm texting Mike in real time, and he goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm texting your father." He goes, "You can text off your computer?" I said, "Yes, I'm using iMessage." He goes, "Oh, I didn't know that." Because I'm using a PC more than a Mac. So he's deducing this in real. He's 9 years old. And I'm writing Mike. I'm like, these are the next steps. It's like 5 steps, but you have to monitor because you're the parent, and I don't have access to that. That's your personal account. And he goes, "Okay, thank you." And he goes, "I'm not really into this, my friends, but I like his initiative, so I'm going to help."
The first reply from Mike is, "I'm not really into this." Thanks, Pop.
I said he's excited.
All right, I got the...
Do you have the actual chain?
I said, I'm horrible.
No, you're fine.
I am. I said, thank you. After he says, the article above lays out the steps. You may have done this already. Isn't he generous? I said, thank you. He said, if not, it's a handful of steps to create his channel. He can get his logo and as the avatar for his channel. I said, I will review and help him. Thank you. Once created, I can help him set up the rest of the profile, including additional graphics. I said, thanks so much. This is not part of your job. And truthfully, I am not into it. But it shows initiative on his end, and that should be encouraged.
That's it.
There you go.
That's what I wrote.
Right?
And then he said, you're a good papa. And I said, thanks so much. And it was a day. I had a day yesterday. That's what it was. But yeah, I will do this.
You should be very proud.
Yes.
I'm proud of him. I'm super proud of my kid. I'm proud of the way he interacts with adults, that he loves, when you guys come to town, and he loves when his sisters come to town.
He can hold a conversation.
He totally knows how to do that. The 4th grade, I told you, the feedback I got when I went to his school from his 3rd grade teacher was they have 2 4th grade classes in this school, and both 4th grade teachers want Michael in their class because of his interaction with them. He walks up to my niece and her entire adult family when we were over there last week, walks up and goes, "So how's everybody doing?" I'm like thinking, when did you turn 40? How did that happen? I don't know.
We saw it too. I mean, he would come out of it. How are things with the men?
Yeah, but he loves both of you guys, and you both are good with him, and I think really, Rob, I think you might back me up that he should have a kid. He should have a kid because he likes
Mike,
because he's a kid at heart. You don't think so?
Absolutely not. I don't think we need that. Bloodline really should stop.
Really?
And fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I thought it might be something special.
He can rent one.
Rent a kid. Yes. Rent a child. Rent a child should do this. All right. I want to shoehorn this in at the end, and I will make it brief, but I have to. And sometimes I'm going to piss people off that don't agree with me, but I don't care because I have to vent. All right. Yesterday, I couldn't get away from the post-shooting drill, and I really feel it has become such a routine. It is so tired. It is so repetitive. It is so useless when we have a school shooting where little biddies, who, by the way, all were my son's age, 9. We were just talking with Love about a 9-year-old. And I am just, the drill has saddened me. I still get angry, but I don't get angry. I don't get angry in the same way. The drill is as follows. We have the breaking news.
Right.
Stop the presses. Here's the breaking news. Then the news is reported of what's happened. Then we have the mayor, the police chief, or whoever the spokesperson is for the police department. We have the presser. We wait all day for the presser as everybody speculates as to who is the shooter, what did the shooter do, where did the shooter get the guns, where did the shooter, blah, 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 blah. Although we all know anyone, any effer in the world can walk in and buy a gun and a high-powered magazine gun, an assault weapon, which was done in this case. So we have the presser. Then, shortly thereafter, could be 24 hours, could be a few hours, we have the video. Let's see the surveillance video. And everybody wants to slow the car down for the car wreck. That's what we want to do. Let's see it. Then tonight, of course, we have the vigil. The vigil that goes on and on and on. And we have the vigil. And then we have the interviews with the lawmakers from both sides. And we have the statements from the lawmakers on both sides who stand by and, rage against it, but don't really embarrass the other side or call out the other side. That's it. And then, of course, we will have the funeral. By that time, the views have really, really, really diminished. Not many people pay attention to that. I have. I've watched them when they were at Newtown. And we have the same drill. And I heard a senator, I will not mention him by name. He was a senator from one of the Dakotas, and he had the stock answer so well done about nothing will happen until we get common sense legislation about mental health and support. Obviously pivoting away from, the great magical gun and that Second Amendment, which they've tailored to it. And by the way, I believe the statement that was made by a commentator yesterday, don't know the name. I cursorily listen to this stuff. It's on in the background. I'm listening to it. But these children continue to be sacrificed at the altar of the assault weapon. And that's the truth, Ruth. That's the way it is. And as I said, I still, for those of you that are wondering, for those of you that are we becoming complacent? I'm not complacent, but I am completely and totally feeling defeat and sadness at this country, which is a laughingstock in the world for how we deal with our problems because of money going into people's pockets and really now, because of all the money for all the years, it's ingrained in people. Because the way it works, I don't know if you noticed this, it goes politicians to television to viewers' homes, brainwashing goes into them, and bingo, that's it. And suddenly we're less free if you ban assault weapons. And suddenly it doesn't matter. I don't really have a lot of remorse. And by the way, you want the thing today? Well, the potential transgender issue, which now is being latched onto about this. But none of these issues matter when it involves a mass shooting of children. It's just children were killed. We haven't done dick as a society, period. End of story. And it will go up and up. And meanwhile, so upset are the legislators in my state of Florida that they will soon be passing legislation that will be signed by our governor to have concealed carry without a permit. How good is that going to work? And by the way, if you want to know what lack of this legislation does, just get a calculator out. Just get a calculator out and see how many of these we've had. Starting back 19, just pick a random year, 2006, 2007, just add it up and then see where it's gone. So that's all I wanted to say on it because it makes me want to barf. And I'm so sick of this routine that we go through,
Here.
We shouldn't be having a vigil. We should be having our own January 6th, for Christ's sake. And I'm not talking about by breaking in or trying to threaten people with death, but get to the streets.
Yeah.
Get out there and do it. And will that do any good? No. Sorry. I hate to say that, but I'm frustrated. I have deeper, more evil thoughts about what would move the meter on this, but I can't say them because this podcast would probably be taken off the air forever. But it's because it's a little out there. But I am serious that they don't get. If you think for a second that the Congress cares about this issue, that this senator I was listening to had no more regard for those people than he had his absolute tried and true rehearsed spiel about preserving the Second Amendment. Amen. Salute. F you. And it's sad. And it really is sad. And, it's a good idea, I suppose, if you're a praying person, to pray for the families of those individuals that lost grandmothers and grandfathers and 9-year-old children. I don't know what I'd do. I do not know what I'd do. I'm surprised that we don't get reactions from people that are off the charts. They're sad. It's just distressful. And
the first responders. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah,
heroes. I watched that yesterday. The coverage on the nightly news. It's but you're right. My takeaway is that this continues to happen, and it's not even that we're just desensitized. It's just there's nothing even being feigned.
And the saddest thing of all is something that's the whole crux of what Mike's saying is that now we have a game plan, set in place game plan by our media for how to deal with this. It shouldn't be so
There's
common.
A process of
there should not be a checklist for this.
We've had the outrage. Nothing moves the minute.
You're right.
Newtown was the seminal moment in this.
Yeah.
When the 3-year-olds, the 6-year-olds rather, were gunned down. As far as the first responders who are victims of this as well, it is impossible to quantify the physical courage involved in what those Nashville officers did yesterday. I hate that we have to talk about it, but we have to acknowledge it because unlike Uvalde, this was so rapid and running towards the gunfire, sprinting towards the gunfire, acknowledging the shooter, and bam, tragedy averted as far as the
further
future,
tragedy,
further tragedy, I should say. But, the police officers, and we have so many friends that are on the job. I couldn't get over how spectacular that was, but it's such a goddamn crime that we even have to put our cops in this kind of situation. It's ridiculous, and it sucks. But anyway, pray for the families of those kids. Think of the families of those kids, and really think about today, whatever your stripe is, whatever your politics are. Take the big issues, the big sweeping issues out. Think about specifically, and go online and check it out. Google this. I'll just try. This is random. Google, what kind of damage can an assault weapon do? You get lots of information. We got to take a break. We'll come back with the news you may not need, and otherwise known as the homepage. And God bless those 9-year-old children that we lost in Nashville, along with those 60-plus-year-olds. We have people my age and people my son's age. It's sick. Will we ever figure it out? We'll be right back.
Michael Mara, New Orleans, Sharon Bailey, Angeline, Jim Amato, Dennis Murphy, Paulie, Christine, Oscar, Shannon, Pony, Carrie, Dan O'Brien, Shirt So Scary, get your tickets while you can. Say hello to Tony Lamb, Goose Cerrito, Skinny Rob, Chris Pontani, Condo Bob, Carla, Twitch, and Dirk and Reese, and 1,000 Stephanie.
Come out and see the whole gang at the TMOS Live Show, April 15th, 2023 at the House of Blues in New Orleans, Louisiana. For tickets, go to MikeO'MaraShow.com. We'll see you there.
Hey, here's a question. Why do razors cost so much? They don't need to. Harry's Razors, incredibly sharp. I mean sharp, sharp, sharp. And I'm not talking about the sharp, that my son is. I'm talking about sharp, razor sharp. And made in their own factory in Germany. Most importantly, they cost as little as $2 per blade. You can get a quality razor that you can depend on delivered straight to your door from Harry's. We all use Harry's because we all love Harry's. The best products at the best prices. And the packaging is amazing, too. Right now, the Truman Shave Trial Set is a $15 value for just $3 at harrys.com/TMOS. I love it. It includes a 5-blade German-engineered razor, weighted handle, foaming shave gel, and a travel cover. Plus, you can schedule replacement blade delivery whenever you need them, with refills as low as $2 each. Harry's has dozens of affordable items to go along with your subscription, like shaving creams, post-shave balm, body washes, hydrating lotions, and more. And more. And Harry's still is offering a no-risk trial. If you don't like your shave, no worries on them. They don't care. They know you're going to love it. Don't get overcharged for razors, my friend. Get Harry's. Get a $15 Truman Shave Trial Set for just $3 at harrys.com/TMOS. That's harrys.com/TMOS for a $3 trial set. Do it!
From the four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device, it's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
This is the homepage. And we begin today with Melissa Joan Hart. Do you remember her?
Yes.
Clarissa explains it all.
Absolutely. She helped guide kids to safety after the deadly shooting at the Covenant School in Nashville on Monday. Her kids attend a school nearby, and she and her husband were on their way there for a conference when it happened. In an emotional Instagram video, she says, quote, "We helped a class, just if you want reality of it, just listen to this." And I think it's important to point out what horror we just are doing nothing about in America. "We helped a class of kindergartners across a busy highway." You might have seen some video of this. They were climbing out of the woods. They were trying to escape the shooter situation at their school. So we helped all these tiny little kids cross the road and get to their teachers. We helped a mom reunite with her children. She added, quote, "I just don't know what to say anymore. Enough is enough. And just pray. Prayer for the families." Melissa noted that this is her second experience with a school shooting because her family used to live in Connecticut, where the kids went to a school not far from Sandy Hook. And remember, I mentioned that to you. When nothing was done after that, I mean, they got you. They got you. So good for her. Glad she was able to help out. When Jon Favreau got his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in February, Robert Downey Jr. christened it with a piece of chewing gum. And that gum is now on eBay with a starting bid of 55,000 Canadian dollars.
Huh. Wow. There's no buy it now?
I'm not sure. If it is, it'd be a little over 40,000 US.
Okay, thank you for the conversion.
Let me see if it's legit. Who knows? The seller claims to have attended the ceremony and scooped the gum right up from the star. The seller says, quote, "I'm selling it in the same condition I got it in." And it can be tested for DNA.
Wow. Fantastic.
Of course, you'd need a sample. From
well,
Robert
he'd have to play along, yeah.
Right.
Iron Man.
That's
it's funny what you can pick up, and it's David Spade, when Sinead O'Connor ripped up the picture of the Pope, David Spade.
Was he the host?
No, he was on the show at that point.
That's right.
He walked over and picked up one of the pieces, and NBC Legal chased him down and said,
"Really?
Do you have this?" And he said, "Yeah, I thought it'd be a good souvenir." And so he had to surrender it. But yeah, I mean, you can just pick stuff up and people want it. You got to be aware.
Well, you have you have a styrofoam cup, right?
I have a paper cup that Elvis drank from after his concert, I think in '72 at the Hampton Coliseum. It's framed in my bathroom.
Perfect. All right, so I am a noted bitcher, right?
No.
I whine and complain about a lot of different things. This is tough. I'm at the lowest level of celebrity where I can get away with it.
All right.
But I believe that this young lady is a little further along and maybe should be grateful. I'll let you decide.
Okay.
Kelly Ripa has been doing live for 22 years. Hard to believe it's been that long since she did that.
Yeah.
and she makes around $20 million a year, an amazing living. But she didn't always have the kind of stroke that she has now. In fact, when she started as Regis Philbin's co-host, she didn't even have her own office.
Oh, that's sad, right?
It took them 4 years to clean out a janitor's closet and put a desk in it so she could have a place to put her things. All right. First of all, she says 4 years. You really believe that? Do you believe that that's true?
No. And she's not mentioning the fact that I'm sure she had a dressing room. She wants an office.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're right. She probably did have a dressing room.
Of course she did. She got Kathy Lee's old dressing room.
Awesome that you picked up on that.
Yeah.
Now, she also, it says here, she also didn't have her own bathroom for several years. She had to use the same one as the 250 audience members. Oh, horror. Oh, my God.
At that point, Mike, Regis also didn't have his own bathroom, but he just used the hall.
Yeah. No, he went into the bathroom. He went into the ladies' room.
Oh, hi there.
God,
look what fell out. How are you? Oh, so you can come on over here. Yeah, for a quarter. For a quarter, I'll let you touch it.
She says, quote, here's her quote, "I have to host the show and I'm still waiting in line to use the bathroom."
Boo flippin' who?
It's just there are
that
holes
dressing
in this.
room. That dressing room had a bathroom, by the way.
In addition to the chaos, Kelly was complaining about being blindsided twice when both Regis and his replacement, Michael Strahan, left the show. So I guess she wasn't told in advance. She says, quote, "Had I known how difficult it would have been, I don't know that I would have gone for it." I just think, I don't know what she's talking about going for.
I think staying or maybe even taking the show.
Taking the job.
Overall, yeah.
I just think my ignorance in that situation wound up being my blessing and my superpower. I did not have an easy time. All right, what do you think she's referring to here? I'm not quite sure.
That she, I think,
was put upon?
No, what she's doing in a way is looking for both sympathy and also saying, "Hey, guess what? I'm still here." And Ryan's gone, and Strahan's gone, and pretty soon Mark will be here.
Why did Ryan couch that he couldn't do it anymore?
He was stretched thin with all the stuff.
Got it.
Yeah, so that's the way that goes. Things are a lot better now, obviously. Kelly knew well in advance when Ryan Seacrest decided to leave, and they're still really close. That's nice. So it's all good.
That's
nice. And it was ABC's idea to replace him with Kelly's husband, Mark Consuelos.
I'm sure it was ABC's idea.
Here he comes. He's been enjoying that relationship for a long time.
And what's not to like?
A parenting expert who's big on social media says there's one phrase every parent should say to their kid, especially when they're young.
Can I guess what it is?
I can guess. I don't want to have a YouTube channel.
I was going to. Mine was similar. As I'm not that into it.
It can make them trust you more and even help with bad behavior. She says to look them in the eye and say this: "It can be really hard to be a kid, right?" You don't need to memorize it. Oh, I know. Forget it. Anything close to that is fine. The point is to show them you understand their point of view and you're on their side. I understand that you're lying to me when you tell me the dog pooped.
Yes.
He really didn't poop. Go back out and wait for him to poop. I do. Anyway, it also tells them life's complicated, even for kids, but it is. I can understand.
I remember
saying
when
that
Robert was little and going through some stuff, I said, "Listen, I understand, but someday you will get your own bathroom, just like Kelly Ripa."
Very exciting. She says that when you say that to them, the quote again, "It can be really hard to be a kid, right?"
Right.
When you say that to them, they feel seen. I'm sorry for mocking this. I don't know. When that happens, behavioral problems tend to improve. All right.
Yeah, you can't see
I tell
them.
my kid I love them.
You
That's
can't
what
see
I
them
tell
too much.
Yeah.
You
don't
know?
want to. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You know it's hard being a parent.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's hard out there being a pimp.
It is. I got 99 problems.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you're a short guy who's losing his hair, congratulations. You've got the total package. A new poll from Dating.com found that it's a great time to be short, bald, and single. A third of people currently looking for a man said that being bald and under 5'7" would have no impact on their decision to date them. That's good news for short, bald
Damn
people.
it. Being tall sucks again.
36% also said they feel more comfortable making the first move on a guy who's short or missing some hair on top, so you might not even have to do anything. You might have to do anything to do it.
That's right.
Just stand by the bar and put out the vibe, man. Put out the vibe.
I understand it's tough being short and bald.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's tough out there being a pimp.
It is.
And now a little something. A 6'1" stunner has taken her career to new heights, but she's still being shortchanged in the bedroom. A British woman known only as Penny says she raked in a whopping $245,000 last year on OnlyFans by tapping into subscribers' sex giantess fetish. Sex giantess fetishes. However, the single mom of two says her sex life, she's 34 by the way, says her sex life has suffered since she became a cyberstar, and she has now been celibate for 6 months. I'll give you her quote.
Oh, great.
Hold on. Here we go.
It definitely gives a certain impression and causes a lot of jealousy.
That's the mom said she
Hi,
turned
Penny.
Hi, Rob.
How are you?
Feeling Penny.
Yeah, I'm sorry about you being celibate for so long, Penny.
My God.
Thank you.
The mom said she turned to OnlyFans for the money.
There's a massive fetish out there for all tall women. It's my height that stands out and makes me unique. I wasn't so tall. If I wasn't tall, there's no way I would make so much money.
Penny, when you... I was going to say, does it make you laugh?
Her popularity on OnlyFans has made her more confident about her height.
Sure.
And she says she's happy to sacrifice love if it means making a huge 6-figure income. Punny, how do you feel about tall women?
I think this is great. We're going to have to change penny to quarter.
Oh, that was terrible.
Thank you, Penny.
He killed it.
Yeah, he killed the bit.
You know what? Sometimes you just have to
You
bomb.
really did kill the bit.
Good. Good.
As a matter of fact, you know
I
what?
like it.
Let's stop the news music even.
I don't like
That
giantess
was
porn.
So painful.
You're not
The
into
funny-
no. You like petite anime porn.
Yeah, exactly.
The funny line would have been, "I want to climb her," like something.
No, but I'm
like
tall.
that.
So
Right?
I mean,
Yeah.
Something. How about something else is growing?
Yeah.
A little interchange between Penny and Pony. Get it? Penny and Pony. Penny
like
and
it.
Pony, we're lovers. Anyway, we have to move on.
He went for the quarter joke.
It's so great, and listeners love when Pony gets those one-liners out.
There you go. Very exciting. Yeah. Thanks so much, kids. Hey, speaking of listeners, I want to talk about the fan page. I want to talk about the fan page when we come
Please.
back. All right.
Yes, okay.
Speaking of listeners, because we've done an awful lot. A lot's going on the show, and I just want to make sure, everybody's on the same page, especially with our big trip to New Orleans.
Yeah.
Lots going on there. Makes me feel ill. We'll be right back. Had a great drive to school with my kid who was talking about Harvard. Said he wants to be a lawyer. Dad, I think I want to be a lawyer. I said, why is that? He said, because I like to argue. I think
He could be,
do
you
it.
know what? Kid lawyer.
Your Honor, I object.
I'll allow it.
Have you been hurt on a podcast? It's no time to play grab-ass, fella. It's time to get tough and call the law offices of Michael William O'Meara, kid attorney.
So an Irishman walks into a pub.
O'Meara is on the case, and you'll get the money you deserve. The Mike O'Meara Bonus Show is so funny, it should be illegal. Get a Bonus Show subscription today through the link at MikeO'MearaShow.com. Michael William O'Meara, kid attorney.
Oh yeah, it's driving me nuts.
He knows all about the birds and the bees, but it's his opponents in the courtroom who are really
You can't handle the truth.
Hey, Rob, whip your wallet out.
Okay.
Yeah.
This podcast is sponsored by
Check
Groove
this
Life.
out.
There it is. That's how sleek and beautiful it is. Are you still using the same wallet from 2003? Now is the time to update your wallet game. The Groove Wallet is a slick, low-profile wallet engineered for everyday use. One simple thumb motion perfectly fans out up to 6 cards.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Boom, bam.
Here they are.
Done and
Health
done.
card.
And you know what?
Use that a lot.
I blew Shannon's mind on Sunday
Yes.
night because I have my key card for the parking deck here, and there's a little strap that you can put your key card on it right there. And she said, that's not going to open the door. And I said, watch this.
Oh, bam.
Boom. And
You just held it up.
yeah, perfect.
I use it. The little strap is my money clip.
You're naked without cash.
Yeah, I have
Naked
none
without
cash,
cash.
just money, just a card.
Very good. Congratulations. Hey, anyway, with its durable, high-quality aluminum outer shell, this wallet is unlike any wallet I've seen. And with Groove Life's 94-year, no BS warranty, the Groove wallet is the last wallet you ever going to need. Personally, we all love ours. We really do. We wouldn't be doing them like this and showing them just for the commercial. We love these wallets, and you're going to love yours too. It's time to bring your wallet into the 21st century. Head over to groovelife.com/TMOS and use promo code TMOS for 20% off all Groove Life products. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it again. That's the best offer you'll find, but you have to use my code. That's 20% off, people. A great deal. Off your order, 20% with TMOS. Promo code TMOS, 20% off. Just click the button on our website and get to it. I really
don't sleep
love
on the
this
belt. The belt is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I love the belt.
Yeah, but Carla squirreled my brown one that I'm wearing with this orange shirt today. It looks perfect, and she squirreled it like she squirrels everything.
What, did she hid it from you?
We're in a real frenzy.
The Giants
now that
one?
No. The
That's
Giants
the
one
black
is sitting
one.
there, but that would not be color coordinated.
I hear some music in the background. Is it me?
Oh, it's because I put down my tile thing. Okay. Oh, hold on.
I was like,
Oh, that was nice.
I was like, this is festive.
It's like we got
That's
an
my
extra
tile.
player on Galaga
Yes.
or something.
That's my tile.
One up.
Sorry, I have my tile and I banged it on the.
Oh, it all worked
Groove
out. I just
wallet.
want to make
Everything
sure
is
that
great.
we weren't losing
Because
it.
I've got everything in there. Tile is a. They're not a sponsor, but they are for finding keys and
Great.
your wallet and
Yeah.
stuff. And I've used it successfully a couple of times. So the show. The live show coming up in April, the Conclave. Looking forward to seeing all of you. Looking forward to hanging out with all of you. Looking forward to entertaining you. We've got some special stuff that's going to be planned at the House of Blues on Saturday night, April 15th. I got my dear friends from the neighborhood coming up for this show. I love it when different friends get to come in and see how we work and see your wonderful excitement for our live show.
My
It's a
pop
bunch
is
of fun.
so excited. He called me last night just to talk about it. He's ready to go. Yeah.
It's fun. It's fun, and the closer it gets, the better. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, there's tickets still available for the last-minute looky-loos. If you want to get on there, go to MikeO'MaraShow.com and grab some of the last available tickets for this wonderful program. And the one thing is, I've noticed on the fan page, since we moved to the new studio, first of all, many of you were kind about saying you like the look of the new studio. You like the different stuff in back of me. I'll change that up.
I love
all the
it.
time. You'll never know what's going in there. There'll be stuff. I got stuff all over that'll be interesting to see. I love the clarity of the picture. I think it's really worked out well. That's going to improve. It's going to get even better and better. The guys did a great job setting the studio up. The furniture is great. We're really happy. However, I've noticed, and I can't put my finger on a specific, but there seems to be a great level of snark on the fan page lately. Would I be accurate with that or not? I can't tell.
Well, there's always been a fertile snark ground there. I think that it lives there.
The fan club, when it first was established, was a place where people could, get together and discuss the show. Much like our American political landscape, it has splintered.
Oh, okay.
Into multiple different
factions,
other unsanctioned fan clubs, secret clubs out there that people don't think we know about, but we know about. And
is it primarily politically motivated? Is that what it is?
A lot of people hate us for our politics.
Sure.
I got a reasonable guy that disagreed with me, that didn't like when we said certain things, and he was super nice about it. And I wear my heart on my sleeve. And he was respectful. He thinks differently than I do about politics. And
rare bird.
You know what? Hold on. Let me give him.
It's a rare bird.
An odd bird.
Don't out him on his politics. Maybe he's going to be private. He's a private citizen.
Give his first name and his last initial.
Give us his
I
address.
don't need to do that.
Social security number.
All right. So we got Jolene saying, please do not post your show tickets for sale at or below regular cost.
Yeah, they're scalpers.
Yeah.
Winning!
Oh, no.
Show today, I guess Mike is fixing the printer. Lots of content when we don't do a show.
Exactly.
So,
well, they're concerned.
And then you get funny ones like When in Rome with a picture of Jimmy's. Jimmy's, has always been very popular with the show.
Great topic.
And then we got a nice posting from Tripp who puts it up there. Friendly. I guess I take it back. It's not all that snarky.
Yeah, the majority of it's friendly. There's
most of it's friendly.
There are other sites that are more snarky.
Oh, that's full snark.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
what are those?
Oh, you.
No, I'm
you
just kidding. I know what they are.
Name names.
No, I don't. I just don't engage. Ever since
I've blocked so many people.
Yeah, me too.
I don't engage
and I don't block
that
people.
much.
I've blocked people.
Let me ask you this about people you block.
And you don't know
I
I've blocked you because I've done the little bit where you don't know.
I'm here.
I don't do it nearly as much
all
as I
by
used
yourself.
to. And if you reach out to me respectfully and say you disagree with me, I'm not blocking you. There's no need for that. I have to say this, that when it comes to, are there any interlopers that play both sides and that are saying horrible things about us and sort of slide in from one group to the other? That you're aware of?
I don't have a great gauge on that. I engage with all. If I talk to you on a messenger, that means you're not blocked. If I haven't, then that's probably the case. Especially if we disagree on multiple fronts. Mike, for someone like me that appreciates all sides of arguments, the majority of time which I've engaged and people have hated you or I or Rob or this show in the past 4 years has been rooted in politics but veiled in show critique. Because
you do see that.
So then when I take a deeper dive on the profile,
so let me explain what I'm just going to paraphrase what you're saying and explain what Oscar's saying is that the disagreement at heart is a political one, but the hatred is couched in show critique,
correct? Which
never existed until we started talking about certain events. And that's usually what happens. And it really, look, that is the truest thing in the world. And it's our reality. I get it. Yeah. I don't think if people ask me if we are a political show, I said, we're a political show like we're a sports show. We will dabble in many different subjects, and it will happen all the time. I think that in particular, I've been very vocal and outspoken on the gun issue for multiple years.
Yeah,
I've done that.
Yeah.
And it really is something that I just cannot come in here and not talk about. I really made the effort yesterday because we had the new studio, but I said, after watching everything, I wanted to do that. Now, what I've noticed is that there are people that disagree with me that have made it clear and are still fans of the show. And they are right. And that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
I really believe that. I think that, it's a question of you believe what you believe. We are divided. I think that there are people in our society who reap benefits over a divided country.
Sure.
The more divided we are, the better they're going to do. And that's just the reality. As far as the show is concerned, I see a little bit of it. I don't see it as much. I get to 90% of the stuff that I read is super positive. 95% is positive, and 5% is, somebody just sending me an attachment or somebody that wants to give me that kind of critique. Once again, if it's reasonable, I read it. I don't necessarily always respond to it because I don't want to get into it with a person that disagrees with me. There's really no point. So I read it. It's taken to heart. I like the reminders to keep an open mind because there really are many sides to every issue. There really are. There are. I mean, I believe that. Even what the issue I'm talking about today. You come up with something that's dramatic and works, and I'll buy into it. But there's no evidence that shows that. So that's what's frustrating. So nothing really gets done other than one particular lobby, the gun lobby, making money for gun makers. There are people that make big bank, big bucks over those things that tear human flesh apart. That's why I say what I do. As far as the politics, I prefer to discuss my political stuff, the real political stuff, as far as individuals running against each other in a comedic way. That's the most fun. Or if there's a rando political guy that screws up or does something, that's fun. Doing an impression is fun. I like that part of it. But when it comes to that one issue, I think it's the one issue we have. And as far as the snark is concerned, more so or less so than it used to be?
It's more so just because of the landscape.
I agree. Not a lot.
This is what most people don't realize is that when you're insulting me or you're insulting the guys, you're still engaged with the show. And I've said that in the past. I don't share a lot of thanks for listening as much as I used to the people that are writing hate mail, because it's not even worth my time, because they're already engaging. We've got your download, we've got your stream. Thank you.
Right. You're
not going to take away, at least for me, I can speak for the guys, the fact that I've won a lottery ticket in life to be able to do this for a living. And that's the truth. So I'm, especially within the last 6 months to a year, attempting to be a little more thankful for the opportunities that have come in life, and also humble within the ability to wake up and do this for a living and start our days with a laugh, or some sort of high level engagement, especially to get the synapses going.
Sure.
And even with everything we went through this weekend, which was for the most part shockingly pleasant.
Shockingly?
Yeah, well, because if you listen to the show, it's just like we hate each other. It really is. This is a lottery ticket in life.
It is.
To be able to do this.
I haven't gotten to that humble part yet. Just don't really feel it. Thankful, a little bit.
I block 20 people a day just on principle.
You don't do that.
I don't, Mike. I don't.
You don't.
It was. You know what that was? That was a joke.
Oscar.
Yes.
I have a homework request.
Yes,
for you.
Please.
Could you? Do you think you could? Yeah. I don't know if this is goosing it. Could you produce Hater of the Week?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, awesome.
That'd be fun.
Okay,
that's great.
That might be fun. The TMOS Hater of the Week. Doesn't matter when it comes. Just when.
Yes.
Yeah. If it comes on Monday, fine. Backlog some of them, and we'll make them retro at it. Enemy.
I love that name. Enemy of the state. Yeah.
Enemy of the show. Probably.
Enemy of the show. Featured enemy of enemy.
It's time for our featured enemy of the show.
Yes.
That would be exciting. I would love to do that. I would love to. And by the way, I would love to be able to go out into the desert and work on a Chevy Suburban and get 345,000 views on that. It would be a lot of fun. We're going to get there, by the way. And I'm talking, if I have to start doing crazy shit, I will. We will get there. I think Have Camera will travel. There's too much down here. It's too ripe. It's too ripe for fun.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
There's
I've
so many
seen all
options.
these. I've seen these Karen videos.
Yeah.
You're ground zero for
the
sun. This is the mix of the sun,
yes,
the meth, and the alcohol.
Right.
The Karens.
And the Karens. Well, that's what produces that.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the result.
It's the result.
By the way, and the reason you see all these things and all these people floating around, it's Dodge. It's Dodge City. It's not like radio and television where the paranoia exists of, they didn't sign the lops to sign. BS. It's the internet. It's craziness. It's crazy. Somebody behaves badly. You can do that, There are two cops on the side of the road when I'm bringing my ass back after dropping my kid off from school. And there are just two people, and you got one guy flapping his wings just like a bird, just like talking to the cop. And the other guy sitting like on his bumper. Beautiful guy, obviously going to work, had the work boots on.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Pa Kettle, well, the and so I did what I always do in that situation. I slowed down enough. I was in the far right-hand lane, and I rolled down the window. And I went, we have to take a break.
Penny would laugh at them, too. Yeah, it's funny.
No, I'm not that cruel. I would never be that cruel.
I just beep.
Or would I?
You're beeping high.
Beep, how you doing?
Hi.
Have a great day.
When we come back, it's Robb's insurance agent. He talked about him on the weekend, and we'll look into the finances of Robb Spiewak when we come back.
How's it going, Mike?
I have an issue with printer streaking. A disembodied voice says, "Is it a laser printer?"
The solution was on the other side of this wall.
That's right.
Saying nothing. And he's like, no, just shake it.
Oh, that's not going to work. Just take the cartridges out and shake them. Ichabod weighs in with shake it.
Shake it,
Right.
Are you having technical issues with the Mike O'Mara Show or the TMOS bonus show?
That's right.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in? Never fear. Just email Ichabod at MikeO'MaraShow.com and shake it one time for me, honey.
And that's all.
Let's take it one time for Jerry Lee. Do your financial goals feel out of reach? No more.
No
the Chime
more.
Secure Credit Builder of Visa Credit Card. You can start building credit with your own money. And you can start it through on-time payments and small everyday purchases. Members see an increase of 30 points to their credit scores on average. Chime reports your payments to the major credit bureaus to help you build credit over time. It's a process with no annual fees, no large security deposits, or any credit checks to apply. You just got to get started and do it the right way. That's all. Start making your financial dreams a reality with Chime. Sign up takes only 2 minutes and doesn't affect your credit score. Get started at chime.com/TMOS. That's chime.com/TMOS. Here we go. The Chime Credit Builder Visa Credit Card is issued by Stride Bank N.A. pursuant to a license from Visa USA. Chime checking account and $200 qualifying direct deposit required to apply for the secured Chime Credit Builder Visa Credit Card. Based on a study conducted by Experian, Credit Builder members observed an average of 30-point FICO score increase after 8 months. With regular on-time payments, results may vary. See chime.com for details. Out-of-network ATM withdrawal fees may apply. Accepted money past ATMs in a 7-Eleven or at any all-point or Visa Plus ATM. Not as good as it could have been.
It was really good at the front.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
The FICA 8 thing, we discussed that a few shows ago.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Robb Spiewak, for those of you that are just tuning in and haven't been listening to what's been going on lately, Robb Spiewak almost died last year. Then he recovered, and then he, because of his illness, he started getting forgetful and zoning out a little bit. And then he...
I don't know that that's true. I don't think it was because of that.
Advised him not to drive, but he insisted on getting behind the wheel anyway.
What was the term? Was it haze or...
fog.
Brain fog.
Brain
That's
fog,
what
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Not brain
Now,
haze.
Robb has suffered from brain fog since 2093, but
2093?
1993?
1993. Maybe I have the brain fog.
I know. I think it's fine. I just have something to look forward to now.
Sorry about that. Since 1993, Robb is... No. So Robb was driving a short while back and just kind of zoned out, didn't really remember what happened, and hit a car in front of him and flipped his own car onto its ceiling, onto the roof.
On the roof.
And was upside down. Upside down. And really was terrible, but he did not really get much of a scratch, a little bruising.
That's it.
Certainly a bruised ego. And then it was onward and upward. Came in here like the day after to talk about his car, but it shook you up a great deal.
A tremendous amount. I mean, it's very upsetting, and the more you stop and you think about it, it's a miracle that I escaped as unscathed as I did. I got very lucky.
My favorite image from that entire time was of you suspended from the floor of the car upside down.
Yes, and
where you're just there going.
And Mike, the part B of that image is when the person peeked in to check on me, and I couldn't for a second understand why they were upside down because they were looking in the window.
Sudden?
Yeah, I was like, huh? Oh, okay.
Do you think you fell asleep?
Maybe. I don't know. I just zoned out. It's not like me to do that.
Well, it's not like you to do it, but I certainly lived a life of it when I was doing the show at the Edge.
Yeah.
When I do that morning show, when I do that horrible morning show, and then I would come back
the
to
Jeff
the
Shamrock
studio.
show?
When I'd come back to the studio Manassas, and I'd have to stop for ice cream.
Yeah.
To recharge.
Keep, awake. That's we call that the healthy time.
Yeah. Maybe I should pack ice cream for the ride in.
Do you? But I mean, you don't. You still haven't put it together as to what happened.
I don't.
I think
it was the day, and without getting dark, it was the day after Mark's
he had a lot
funeral.
on his mind.
It was a really bad day. It was a rotten day.
Having traveled with Robb, like he's very like he just goes with the flow. For example, on the flight home, he sat right in back of me, and all I heard while I'm watching the Final Four is on the little TV is like, and then 5 minutes later, and I'm like, what the hell is he listening to? It's like, and he's laughing like he's in like his home in this plane. It's really loud. And
Did it sound like somebody who might have had a mental problem?
Might have.
Yeah. Yes, and I finally hear the cackle, which is a laugh. I'm like, finally, these people know that he's not having a stroke.
Yeah. I know no one approached me.
And I asked him after our flight, because it wasn't annoying, but it was just kind of like, this is what I said to myself. I wish my life was so bliss. I could just forget about the world and listen to whatever I'm listening to and laugh openly without a care in the world.
And here's
it was
the great
slightly
part.
stifled. It was. It had to
tell
have
the
been.
truth. You were listening to the Mike O'Mara show.
I was. It was the best of pony segment.
So I'm so rattled by this like off-putting laugh on a
plane. You really were concerned about what I was listening to.
It was so loud. I was like, this guy doesn't realize that we're on a quiet plane and the whole plane can hear him laughing. Because I imagine he had headphones on.
Yeah.
And I start going through all the channels, like, what is funny that's so funny? And I find Bridesmaids. I'm like, oh, he's got to be watching Bridesmaids. He's got to be. This is how loud he's laughing. So we get off the plane. We're getting our bags. We're at Reagan National, right in the heart of D.C., right across the
Oscar
Potomac.
looks at me with such seriousness. Like he's really going to find out something.
I said, what were you laughing at in the plane? He goes, oh, I was listening to Comedy Bang Bang. Another podcast?
It was a podcast. A spin-off podcast, actually. But, you got 2.5 hours to kill.
So I don't think he's burdened with too much brain fog because he just doesn't care. He does what he wants.
Yeah. That's time he could have spent, improving the podcast he's actually on.
We did come up with a good concept, though, that we'll share with you later.
We did.
We said, not before the live show. Let's talk to him after the live show.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. I like that. See, that's
spun it into
there
something.
You go.
There we go.
It's all about me when I'm thinking about him enjoying something during his leisure time. After he made it all the way down here, I'll still give him crap for listening to another podcast.
It's a long way of saying that I feel like he just hit the wrong pedal, like any of us have in the past.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
His the sensors on his car did not engage fast enough to avoid collision control, and he flipped the car.
Yeah, and it had to have been several weird conditions happening because it's not really a flippable car. It's
low center of gravity.
Very low center of gravity, but because of that, the car was totaled. And
You've gotten your new one already.
Got my new car, and I love my new car. I just adore it. But I was glancing, when you do your insurance transfer the day of, I bought it on a Saturday, and I called the office to do the insurance transfer, and I got a machine because I don't want to name, I'll say that it's State Farm is my firm, and I don't want to name my insurance guy by name, but let's just call him Whitey McWhite Guy.
Okay.
And there's a message on his outgoing machine, and it says, for immediate service, download the State Farm app. And I said, fantastic. I can handle all of it on the State Farm app. So I get on and I remove the car that has been totaled and I add the new car by VIN and it's good to go. And a couple weeks go by and Carrie says, I was looking at the app and your car's not on it. And I said, no, it has to be because I've gotten paperwork through the mail that acknowledges the fact that I've made the switch.
Correct.
And
so technically you're not insured?
Well, that's what I thought. So I called the firm and I got, a lady. And she said, may I help you? I said, could you check and see if I'm insured right now? Because I changed my insurance over on your app and it's not reflecting on the app. And I'd hate to think I'm driving around uninsured. I changed it on this day. I changed it on March 3rd, I guess it was, whatever the Saturday was I bought it. She said,
don't we have that tape? Don't we have the tape of that phone call?
We do, as a matter of fact.
When you got, not the lady, but when you got through to the insurance agent?
Yeah. I said,
let's play that now.
Okay, please. Hello?
Yeah, Wonkadoodle.
Hi, is this Whitey McWhite guy?
Wackadoodle Insurance. How you doing? How can we help you today, Mr. Spiewak?
Yeah, I'm wondering why my car is not insured. It's not reflected on my statement.
Oh, it's insured. Of course it's insured. All the people that deal with me, they're fully insured. No problem to worry about.
But it's not listed on the paperwork. It's not listed.
Just a formality. You're insured. I wouldn't worry about it at all.
I've not received any acknowledgement, sir.
I know, but I wouldn't worry about it at all. You installed the app, correct?
I did install the app, yes.
Yeah. All right. As long as you've installed the app, you're fine, and you filled out all the details on the app.
Yeah,
correct?
I put it on the app, sure, but I don't have any sort of acknowledgement the fact that I'm insured.
Well, the app would show up on your computer, your phone. That's exactly what would happen.
Well, that's the problem. I looked on the app, and it's not there.
Oh, that can't be true.
No, it's true.
No, that absolutely can't be true that it's not showing up on your computer. If you install the app and you fill out the proper paperwork, you should be good to go.
I followed everything that you told me to do.
Let me check right here.
Okay. He's checking. This will get to the bottom of it.
Just give me 1 minute.
Of course.
Mr. Spiewak, are you current on your payments? I see here that your insurance policy is lapsed.
No. Absolutely current. We have all 4 cars insured under your policies there.
Are there names on there?
Yes, Spiewak times 4. There's Carrie, Robert, and Julia.
Hold on. Who is it?
Carrie. I got 4 letters in it. Robert.
It's a pneumatic keyboard.
It must be another Robert.
Give me the last one, please.
Julia Spiewak.
All right.
What was that?
I'm sorry. We're going to get right on that.
Okay, thank you. Please get back to me. You can email me, you can text me, you can call me.
Yeah. And please remember, no more sleeping behind the wheel.
Thank you. Thank you. That's not what happened.
What happened?
Is I called and I said to the lady,
You said that we're going to run out of show while you're telling your story?
Well, what happened is she said to me, well, oftentimes the app is the last to reflect it, the changes. I said, well, can you check in my actual file
your
then?
dashboard, get into your system.
She said, I really can't. We have a girl here named Sherry. She knows how to do all the hard stuff. Hard stuff, like finding out if I'm insured. And so, she threw it off to Sherry. And apparently Sherry's been there longer than anyone. And Sherry said, yeah, you're insured. So that part you got
forever.
Right.
Oh, so you're fine.
Yeah, but the app still does not reflect the fact that I'm insured.
And what's your deductible on that insurance policy?
$62,000.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have to get you got time for like one sound when we come back?
I have a sound for you, yes.
A sound coming up next, and good luck with that. And you love your new car.
Love it.
Absolutely. That's the important thing.
It's a Bentley.
Of Subarus.
We'll take a break and come back with more fun right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. 62 grand.
It may be cold outside, but the specials are on fire at Trader Mike's Discount Shack.
Trader Mike is moving only a few feet to a new location.
It's the Sistine Chapel on a floor
that you can eat.
And he's willing to do what it takes to make a deal.
Check out these deals.
I have acquired, over my lifetime, way too many golf clubs.
A lot of them are broken.
I do have a shop vac. I have a squeegee, and I have a light bulb changer.
Trader Mike is stacking the specials high and letting them fly.
He's stacking them deep and selling them cheap.
But that's not all. You can find more great deals through Target and Walmart when you click on the shopping center banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Treat yourself.
Hurry, folks, because these deals are crazy.
Trust me.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Do you need an afternoon reset? Do yourself a favor and snag 5 minutes for a Dadgrass toke break. Yeah, get it? Not a smoke break, a toke break.
Oh, I get it.
They've also got momgrass joints as the perfect pick-me-up to spark your creative flow, or the original Dadgrass joints to quiet your mind after your 9 to 5. Dadgrass is legal, organic, smokable hemp that relaxes your body and mellows your mind. Their 100% organic pre-rolled joints are very low in THC and high in CBD, so you can enjoy the effects of CBD while keeping a clear head. And if you want the toke without the smoke, Dadgrass also has CBD tinctures made with the same high-quality hemp. It's easy to dose, and the effects come on smooth. Or try the Dadgrass Gummies, the best on the market. All the mellow goodness, no smoke required. Dadgrass will leave you in a euphoric mood. All Dadgrass products are federally legal for ages 18 and over, and it ships right to your door anywhere in the U.S. Right now, Dadgrass is offering TMOS listeners 20% off your first order when you go to dadgrass.com/TMOS. Go to dadgrass.com/TMOS for 20% off your first order. Remember, man, that's dadgrass.com/TMOS.
Hello.
Oh, Julia.
Roll over, rolling, let me roll it, flip, flop, and fly.
The flip side.
I was against writing my own vows when I got married. Did you write your own vows?
I don't think we wrote vows.
You don't?
No.
How about you, Mike?
Which wedding?
Any of them.
Don't remember.
Okay.
I would have used ChatGPT.
I think you have so much room for error that it's best to just go with, the traditional vows.
Well, with the amount of time I've been married, I would have had to use a high-speed copying machine.
Well, I would say you could write one set of vows and just reuse them.
Oh, that's true.
Save it as a PDF.
That's a lazy way to do it, but it would have been time-saving. Yes.
This was going viral yesterday on TikTok about a groom who wrote his own vows to his wife or wife-to-be, and it's made even more cringy by the fact the officiant was the groom's mother. So imagine you're at this sort of solemn, serious occasion, a wedding, and these are the vows from the groom.
Only two things are required to keep me happy: keep my belly full and my balls empty. So you're amazing at half of it. We really need to get you some cooking lessons. Even when my belly isn't full, there is no one I could ever love more in this lifetime, unless I actually get a chance to meet Margot Robbie. Since the beginning, I was always told life gets even better when the kids fall asleep and you tell me to come to the bedroom. Nothing's better than the sound of gagging and headboard slamming.
Michael.
P.S. Since you're so good at making decisions like marrying me, you can choose whether tonight's going to end with being a toaster, strudel, or a Twinkie.
Oh, my God.
Being that I am his mom, I will deal with him later. He is grounded, by all means.
So there's that.
That can't be real. Is that real?
I think it's real.
It's gross.
It is very gross.
I mean, really.
Yuck.
Duh.
And he looks exactly.
It just leaves me with a bet. The whole time you were playing it, I wanted to.
Oh, you mustn't though. No, Mike. He looks exactly like you'd expect him to look.
You know why he liked it, Oscar?
Why?
Do you know why he liked it?
Yeah, it's gross.
It had.
Yeah, fluids.
It had that in it.
No, Mike, I don't like it. I'm just saying that it was trending yesterday, and it's amazingly cringy. I like the inappropriateness of it. That's what I like. Okay. Now, let us end with this. Everyone got vaccinated, pretty much. Yeah. Everyone that should have, everyone should have gotten vaccinated. Most people
should have come down here. I'll introduce you to all the smart people that haven't done it.
Well, one of my favorite comics, Sebastian Maniscalco, he talked about the fact, he said, all Italians got vaccinated because they're not going to die without knowing what a meatball tastes like. He didn't want to get COVID and lose his sense of taste, but he had one complaint about the way the vaccines were delivered.
I got the vaccine at Walgreens. I was hoping for a medical facility with trained professionals, not a store. I was nervous. Over the intercom, I hear, assistance in vaccines. And the guy stocking Gatorades ran into the pharmacy.
So there's that, Mike. That's all I have today.
That's awesome. I love that. We got to get out of here. We'll be back with a brand new episode tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We're short on time, so for Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hello.
You can't dance fast enough for me. Do you understand?
I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you.
Oh, Monty.
Hello, everybody.